then the worst happens. Markets shrink and collapse, businesses and industries shut down, and millions of people lose their jobs.
Coming up, a commercial with President Reagan made by Canada. President Trump terminating trade talks as a result, backlash from the ad, and what the Reagan Foundation is saying.
Also this morning, breaking news, long lines, delays, and cancellations at airports across the country and here at home. We're live from Spokane International Airport with the latest on the IT outage, stopping Alaska Airlines flights for hours. The domino effect it's having right now this morning.
That's a first look at your weather forecast. Mild for now, but our winds are set to pick up this afternoon ahead of valley rain and mountain snow moving in for the weekend.
This morning we're at the ski swap getting you suited up for the mountain coming up.
Wake up, you gotta rise to the sun, and here it comes, it's time to make the best of what you got to give. It's all about rising, and I wanna be there.
Here's a live look from the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center, where the annual Mount Spokane Ski Patrol Ski Swap kicks off this weekend. We're there live this morning with how you can score a deal on your new and used gear and with how you can get rid of your old stuff too. Thanks for joining us here on Wake Up NonStop Local. I'm Kalai Chalk.
And I'm Sam Adams. We're here with Jenny Power in the Weather Center. Okay, we're talking skiing, we're talking snowboarding. Can we talk a little snow while we're at it?
Well, guys, because of the system that's moving in this weekend, yes, we can. So what we're seeing as we take a look at some of the advisories is, yes, this is going to start Saturday night into Sunday, but we're talking 6 to 10 inches above 3,500 feet for the Cascades. So if you've got weekend travel plans, be prepared for winter driving over areas like Stevens Pass as well as Washington Pass. We are entering that time of year, folks. This is all because of a cold front here that is going to usher in some major changes for our weather pattern starting as early as today. So Western Washington already getting the rain. We are seeing increasing clouds and mild start time temperatures as we take a live look over Riverfront Park in downtown Spokane. So we've got some mid to upper 30s for Chewelah and Coeur d'Alene, low to upper 40s for Spokane and Pullman. And already our winds picking up a little bit, but we're really set to see them climb here into this afternoon. Wind advisories going into place because we're anticipating to see gusts at 35 to 45 miles per hour. Now's the time, folks. Batten down all of the Halloween decorations, the blow-ups, any decor that you have outside, because it's about to get gusty this afternoon. Sam Clay.
And let's get to breaking news right now as we take a live look from Spokane International Airport. Operations back up and running for Alaska Airlines after that IT outage yesterday. As you can see here, after a 7-hour ground stop yesterday, it's having a major domino effect on flights in and out of Spokane International Airport and others right now this morning.
The ground stop canceled hundreds of Alaska and Horizon flights, and as you can see from our news crew at Spokane International Airport, there were people affected. Our crew talking to people in line saying their flights were affected because of that ground stop. Now they're waiting to get on a plane this morning. Now here's a look at the departures and cancellations and delays out of the airport this morning. As the hours go on, we're seeing more flights affected.
All right, that includes an Alaska Airlines flight to Portland, as well as other flights to San Diego and Boise. As we understand, those flights have now been canceled. Alaska Airlines is advising travelers right now, check online, check your flight status before you head out the door to the airport this morning.
This morning, we're continuing to follow Shoshone County Sheriff Holly Lindsay, who resigned after being involved in a hit-and-run crash on Tuesday. Kootenai County Sheriff's Office says she hit a fixed object with her car while off duty and then drove away.
And now we're hearing from her replacement. That's the undersheriff, Lance Stutsky. He will now serve as acting sheriff until county commissioners can appoint a replacement.
The way she left the position is unfortunate, and definitely nothing I ever wanted to happen to someone who's my friend and colleague and worked with a long time. But she did as good a job as she could when she was here.
All right, this all comes as the county is asking voters to approve a $1 million levy to avoid layoffs within law enforcement.
Voting takes place November 14th. In the meantime, the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office will continue investigating Lindsay's crash. The man accused of shooting and killing a man in his car last week has pleaded not guilty to the murder. Andre Moore has a long criminal history and is being held on a $1 million bond.
Moore is a 3-time convicted felon and now faces charges of first-degree murder and unlawful possession of a firearm. That shooting happening last week. Police say that 38-year-old Derek Schaefer, the victim, was sitting in his car on the lower South Hill when Moore stalked and shot him. Moore is set to have a trial readiness hearing November 24th. The trial date has been set for December 15th.
The Cheney Police Department needs help identifying the person who stole cash from a frozen yogurt shop. It happened at the Froyo Earth Frozen Yogurt on 1st Street in Cheney.
Police are describing the suspect as a man wearing dark clothing, gloves, and carrying a tan backpack. He was last seen leaving that area on foot towards the Safeway in Cheney.
If you have any information, you're asked to contact the Cheney Police Department.
One of the leaders in Canada was running ads in the United States on tariffs that took President Reagan's words out of context. Even the Reagan Foundation criticized him for it.
That's a big story we're following right now this morning. President Trump says all trade discussions with Canada have now been terminated because the president is accusing Canada of trying to interfere with an upcoming Supreme Court case about the legality of his reciprocal tariffs.
Now, he made the announcement on Truth Social after the Canadian province of Ontario started running a commercial in the United States featuring a speech from former President Ronald Reagan. President Trump says it's fraudulently used and fake.
Meantime, the Reagan Presidential Foundation Institute said Thursday that it is now reviewing its legal options over the use of President Reagan's presidential address.
This is a very sad day for all of us as sports fans.
Now to an update to a story we brought to you yesterday morning as breaking news. The FBI making dozens of arrests in a federal investigation connecting to gambling involving NBA players, coaches, and staff, as well as the mafia. Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier among those arrested as part of that investigation.
Federal prosecutors say Billups took part in illegal card games that were rigged by the mafia using high-tech cheating devices. Rozier is implicated in a different gambling scheme, accused of providing non-public information to gamblers who bet on his performance. Both Billups and Rozier were placed on immediate leave by the league.
31 people in all across 11 states being arrested as part of this investigation in what federal officials are calling an historic crackdown on illegal betting involving sports.
6:38 now. This weekend is the 61st annual Mount Spokane Ski Patrol Ski Swap, and today's the day to turn in any gear that you want to sell or trade.
And there's still time to do just that. It's happening at the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. That's where we find our NonStop local reporter Noah Bolter live this morning.
Sam Kalai, we found our way to the children's section and we're doing some shopping for the kids. Take a look at some of the gear gathered by the Alpine Patrol. We'll get to that gear in just a minute. First, let's introduce, we have Janelle Rhodes-White with the Alpine Patrol. Janelle, for anybody unfamiliar with the ski swap, what is it?
All right, it sounds like our audio feed is a little bit low right now. We'll try to reconnect with Noah. With that, there is still much more to come this morning here on the Wake Up Show, including continuing to track the latest on those delays for Alaska Airlines after that IT outage. What you need to know before you head out the door.
And everything you need to know about events happening this weekend in Spokane. We've got a look at your weekend calendar ahead.
I've also got your weekend weather covered as well. Mild start, but gusty winds are set to pick up this afternoon, followed up by some valley rain and mountain snow.